Why letting go is true wealth. Minimalist philosophy for simple living. Once, the Chinese recluse Xu Yu observed a mole drinking water from a pond. He realized that the mole only drinks what it needs, nothing more or less, avoiding any burden. Unlike humans who often consume more than necessary, accumulating material possessions as extensions of their egos, many people work tirelessly to keep up with consumerism, believing that having more makes them more. This pursuit comes at a cost, depleting resources and leading to a sense of self tied to possessions. Minimalism is a counter-movement to our consumerist society. It involves living with only what's necessary and has been practiced for centuries. Many sages and philosophers have found freedom and simplicity in owning less. Possessions don't define us, and pursuing external things can hinder our experience of life. This video explores the philosophical side of minimalism, showing that letting go can be a form of wealth. Minimalism can be seen and interpreted in various ways. Minimalism is about living with the essentials and keeping things simple, avoiding excess. However, there are some versions that miss the mark, like extreme asceticism. This extreme form goes below the minimum, where consumption is hardly necessary. It involves renouncing possessions and living a very simple life, but it can lead to self-destruction. Siddhartha Gautama, who later became the Buddha, realized that punishing the body wouldn't lead to enlightenment, so he abandoned the ascetic lifestyle. Another form of minimalism is a fashionable and wealthy version where people get rid of cheap and unnecessary items but keep expensive ones. It's a way to display wealth and status, still revolving around possessions and money. This form doesn't fully capture the true power of minimalism, which lies in finding contentment with fewer resources and detached from extreme wealth and status. The consumerist culture we live in values social status based on material possessions rather than virtue or spirituality. This makes it challenging to accept the idea that less can bring more happiness. In a society where wealth is considered sacred, rejecting materialism might be seen as blasphemous. However, the joy of simple living can outweigh the negatives. A story about the recluse Xu Yu shows that living with less can lead to contentment. Emperor Yao respected Xu Yu so much that he offered him his throne, but Xu Yu declined, choosing to live a solitary and simple life by the riverside. He knew that power comes with responsibility and that a simple life brings less worry and fewer attachments. Owning less means having less to lose and a more peaceful existence. Lao Tzu wisely said that overvaluing possessions leads to theft and envy. Rich people with many possessions often live in fear behind walls. Owning less saves time and energy, and we can find joy without owning everything. We don't need excessive space or expensive houses when nature provides enjoyment for free. Henry David Thoreau exemplified this by living in a simple cabin near Walden Pond, appreciating the world outside without excess. Thoreau, a thinker from the past, believed that leading a simple life helped him grow spiritually and feel peaceful and satisfied. Minimalism is a lifestyle that allows people to have more time to enjoy life and feel free. It's like finding a balanced way of living between having nothing and wanting to buy everything. Philosophers like Diogenes and Epicurus also embraced minimalism in their own unique ways. Diogenes lived with very little, residing in a barrel, while Epicurus had a more practical approach to minimalism. Both of their paths show that living with less can lead to a fulfilling and integrated life. Epicurus developed a hierarchy of needs to help us determine which desires to pursue. He encourages us to focus on the basics: food, shelter, and human connection, as they are easy to attain and have natural limits. However, he advises against chasing after empty desires like power, wealth, and fame, as they are unnecessary, unnatural, and impossible to satisfy. Epicurus also reminds us to value what we already possess and not yearn for what we lack. Finding contentment and having less can bring us great joy. Unlike those who tirelessly chase after possessions to gain acceptance and self-esteem, minimalists find this path to be miserable. They reject the conventional notions of wealth and status, recognizing that true wealth resides within themselves. Social status, on the other hand, is seen as an unnecessary luxury that is difficult to attain, easily lost, and largely beyond our control. Instead, minimalists embrace a simple and easy life, understanding that true wealth lies in the ability to let go of worldly goods. They believe that simplicity is the epitome of sophistication. As Thoreau eloquently put it, maintaining oneself on this earth is not a burden, but a pleasurable pursuit when one lives simply and wisely. Thank you for watching.